I'm still like kind of shocked that we live in this state where women are always the victim no matter what. Like obviously when you have divorces, women get half the stuff for some reason even though they have the plan B of just marrying a different man, which is often the cause of the divorce to begin with, but the man doesn't have that plan B. Then they get the children all the time, no matter what. I mean, they have to be severely deranged or willingly give up the children in order for them to not get it. And then there's the violent aspects of society, which are always anti-male. Even in the case of women doing something bad, people still defend them, which is super weird to me. So this is not a news story, but Ohio mom dumped newborn in sorority house trash with mac and cheese they just threw in a trash bag and texted baby daddy, "It was a girl with your hair." So the story. At age 21, sorority student Emily Weaver concealed her pregnancy while continuing to live a normal life, including drinking alcohol, smoking marijuana, and participating in activities. She then gave birth in the bathroom of the sorority house, threw the baby in a trash bag into the trash can, and drove to McDonald's. And she texted the baby daddy, "No more baby, taken care of," and said it was a girl with your hair. I mean, how is this something that people are protecting? And yet they are. And yet they are. There are loads of people saying that if it was an abortion, it wouldn't have been a problem. Like honestly, this is my argument for the lax abortion regulation. And nature will deal with it one way or another. It's effing ugly. We shouldn't stigmatize the humane options to ugly problems. The ugly problem of having a child as a result of funsy sex. We shouldn't stigmatize killing your unborn child because you wanted to have sex for fun. You're not even stigmatizing someone killing their born child. And this is in response to these people saying, like, unpopular take here. 500 years ago, a child born to a woman unable to care for it would have been left to exposure or simply killed and discarded. What we call selfish psychopathic behavior may have saved an entire generation hundreds of years ago. I don't know what they even mean by saving this generation. And maybe some people would have some of that in them today, even though it flies in the face of our sensibilities. Someone responding with saying their kid has severe issues, and that 500 years ago they would have had villagers saying their baby was a changeling and forcing them to leave them in the forest. Like, yeah, okay, there's like weird diseases people have, and the villagers would have probably said something like that. You're right, but then they end it by saying, so much of how human behavior is classified, good, bad, appropriate, inappropriate, is time and place dependent. No, no, having sex for fun and then getting drunk and getting high and partying and then throwing your baby in a trash bag and throwing him in a trash can without telling anybody except for their own father the instant they're born, that is not dependent on the era. It's not dependent on the time and place. You are defending a psychopath. And by the way, all of these purples that you see, these are all abortion. All mentions of abortion. Abortion is the answer. I mean, this is exactly why abortion should be widely available in every country. Most pieces of shit should not have the ability to bring life in this world. I mean, it's there is no magical point at which it becomes alive. Yes, it starts to think, sure, but like you're still saying that they're killing it, and what then they're going to just allow this woman to keep having funsy sex and keep having abortions. This is just an infinite loop of taking care of someone who clearly is not belonging in this world. So they're not fitting in, and this is your answer. This is the answer of all of these people. Just have abortions. Have as many of abortions as you want. Just look at all those purples. All of these people saying abortion. Not all of them maybe necessarily saying that it's a good thing, but most of them are. Too bad she wasn't able to get an abortion. It's Ohio, though. She could have. Oh well, more dead mothers and jailed up women. That's the Republican way. What? Same people who hate abortions makes you wonder how strict the abortion laws are affected. Again, abortions were allowed there. They were allowed there. All of these people, they have no idea what they're talking about. And what they think is right is have sex for funsies in college when you're supposed to be studying and learning how to be an adult, and then kill your children. That's their definition of right and wrong. Speaking of which, this is the same story, but this is how twisted our laws are. All these people who think that the moral righteous thing is to kill your unborn child through abortion. Here we have our legal system. In a 4-3 decision, the Supreme Court ruled that Emily Weaver received ineffective assistance of counsel when her lawyer failed to explain neonaticide, which is the murder of an infant within 24 hours of birth, and at her sentencing, and how neonaticide is not considered a premeditated act, but rather an act within the context of extreme panic. What? She spent 9 months getting high, getting drunk, and partying, killed it, went to McDonald's, and texted the baby daddy saying, "It is done." Oh yeah, that sounds like an act made out of extreme panic. Yeah, that doesn't sound like premeditated. What the? So why is it that they just have a blanket law that makes it so that killing a newborn baby within the first day of its life isn't considered a premeditated act? That's insane. I mean, I'm just going off of this, and I assume this is only in Ohio. I don't know. Like that is just wild to me. But there's other weird stories here. This, by the way, this subreddit, I've never actually gone to it before. Don't go here if you want to sleep at night. It's pretty much all crazy people, usually parents. It's for curious souls. So a wife poisoned her husband and his 9-year-old son with antifreeze in their orange juice. The child died first. 3 years later, the father died the same way. All right, there they are. A lot of people bashing on her eyebrows and her forehead, her hairline, which, yeah, that is rough. Anyway, the top response is just don't get a partner and start a family if you can't be a family person. Simple. What? Isn't that like the same thing as just get an abortion? I mean, okay, maybe this one doesn't actually harm anyone if you just simply stay out of a relationship, but how is that your answer? This is a crazy person. It's a crazy person who murdered a child and his father because she didn't want to just get a divorce, and that's what she should have done. She should have just gotten a divorce. And weirdly, there are people defending this. I don't know why, but like this comment here, unfortunately today, but this isn't even defending it actually. Was it someone downvoted this person who just said women ... But this random comment added into this. Unfortunately today we received news of a father that killed their own children ages 12 and 8 and even posted on social media of it because his wife was cheating on him. Totally unrelated comment that someone made just to kind of fight back with a, oh, woman did something bad? Well, man did something worse. Why? What are you talking about? Why do you do this? Well, we have another story. A Texas woman allegedly shot and killed her husband after warning him that if he ever laid a hand on her, it would be the last time. So here is the actual story that the news outlet they linked to is crap. But my intent was exactly what I did, the woman said. Now, according to this, she was waiting outside when the deputies arrived. Well, the father apparently called and said that his daughter-in-law killed his son. And so she was waiting outside and complied with the officers. So she was in her sane mind, clearly. The officials say Williams was taken to the Wise County Sheriff's Office in an interview where she told officers that the two had been married for 3 years and lived in the Bridgeport area. Williams told investigators that the two had gotten into a verbal argument, which turned physical when Thomas, her husband, pulled her to the floor by her ponytail. So that's the definition of physical here. He pulled her to the floor by her ponytail. He then went upstairs, and she got a gun, followed him upstairs, and shot him. She claims she warned him before that if he ever laid a hand on her, it would be the last time, per the affidavit. Now, that does not suggest necessarily that there was a laying of hands before. Like, that could have been the first time. It doesn't say again, not according to the quote anyway. And also, apparently he grabbed her ponytail, so, like, does that even count as your body? But anyway, she said, my intent was exactly what I did. I was done. When I tell you I was done, I was done. I'm pretty sure that's what that said anyway. Uh, she said, when asked if she was intending to kill him, I absolutely hoped I would. Now, here's the thing about this woman. Or not about the woman, rather, but the comments. They are all supporting her. They're supporting her for murdering someone. A premeditated murder. Because he pulled her ponytail or whatever. And, like, I'm not, obviously not defending him. But, you, like, the dude walked away into a different room and you got a gun and went and murdered him. Like, at that point, that's not self-defense. And yet, according to Reddit, it is. You have a stand your ground law for property, you should be able to claim it for your body, except the guy was totally gone in a different room. Amen, it's called self-defense. How this wasn't, I'm not sure. Then you're an idiot, as one could see from the way you've written that. Some comments, like people commenting about their own things, sort of irrelevant here. How is it illegal when he practically consented to the outcome by not heeding her warning? The fact that you have to say practically consented means that you know you're full of shit, right? Implied consent. Yep, that's right. You can kill people with implied consent. You can't consent to being killed. Like that, there's no law that allows you to do that. Well, it's stand your ground, so good for her. That's not how it works, though. You can't stand your ground against an unarmed person in a different room who's not even trying to attack you. I ain't even mad. Don't read the story because it's pretty straightforward. Well, there's not much of a story. He grabbed her ponytail, then walked away, and she murdered him. And you don't care because you're an idiot. Good for her. Domestic violence. He got what he deserved. I mean, this person even quoted it. She was dragged by her ponytail to the ground by the husband. He got what he deserved. They're right there saying it. Grabbing someone by their hair and pulling them to the ground allows you to kill them. That's what they're saying. Good. They don't even post the meme. Post the meme. Okay. She was provoked. Free her. All of these comments are like this. Well, nearly all of them. She didn't do it. I mean, these are the same people, the exact same people who think that Luigi Mangione fought for them. That like he did some sort of great service. He got revenge for them by killing a CEO. And they're out here thinking that this woman has... Get it, girl. Get what? Popeye's chicken sandwich? They're out here thinking this woman is fighting for them or something? No. I don't think so. And a news story. This one happened this month, February 2026. A man threw a knife at his sister over loud music and then dumped her corpse. Well, I guess she was still alive at a hospital where she died. Now, what really happened is that it was her brother. They lived together and they were fighting over the music. Allegedly, there was other things, it's just hearsay, and we don't even know if he threw the knife or not based on the story. It's just hearsay, but the fact of the matter is that a guy killed a 28-year-old man killed his 22-year-old sister with a knife. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because of these comments. Again, it's always the comments. It is stupidly easy to accidentally kill someone in a fit of rage as a grown man. Yep. Because knives do more damage if you're a male, right? Everyone knows that. And of course, all men are 7 feet tall and weigh 350 pounds and are bodybuilders, right? Like, every man is a giant and with huge muscles. I mean, even if you were a normal-sized man, you wouldn't be sitting there thinking, oh my god, they're violent. Look at them, they're male. Oh, it's horrible. That's why many women are afraid of men during arguments. I tried to explain to my husband many times why him shouting is scary to me, when to him it's just displaying an emotion. Your husband isn't allowed to display an emotion because it scares you. But again, like, you're mad that he has emotions, you're mad that he shouts, or you think your husband's going to attack you. I mean, these are, like, very wildly different things here, aren't they? And you're going to use your fear as justification for someone else. This person's annoyed me as well. As a grown man, WTF, it's actually stupidly easy not to kill anyone ever, period. Just be an adult and don't throw tantrums. Seriously, WTF am I reading? Right. If you stopped there, I'd completely and totally agree with you. But then you said, how about we just hold men to a higher standard? That's exactly what they're doing. They're holding men to a higher standard than women. They're saying that men need to be less violent than women because men, well, they're saying that men are more violent than women. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're holding men to a higher standard than women. This subreddit has plenty of violent women on it, plenty of murderous women on it. I mean, look at this comment. I read something like, a man's greatest fear of a woman is that she might humiliate him. A woman's greatest fear of a man is that he might kill her. So that's to somehow say that being humiliated is worse? Because what about this bitch who poisoned her husband and his son instead of just getting a divorce? Was she not worried about being humiliated? And again, he used a knife. What's happening? Do I not know something? Do men have like higher dex stats than women? Do we get more damage bonuses with knives than I'm aware of? Like, how is it? How is it that these people are sitting here saying that a woman cannot kill a man with a knife just as easily as a man can kill a woman with a knife? How is that? Anyway, I just wanted to rant about that to myself, really, because it's just so frustrating living in a world where men are the villain because, well, what exactly? A woman gave birth willingly and then killed her own child willingly, and so that's the fault of the Republican country that you live in, full of evil men. A man stabbed a woman, and women stabbing men doesn't do as much damage because men are just so much more dangerous with knives than women are. The woman killing her husband because he grabbed her ponytail. I mean, everyone knows if those situations were reversed. If the woman grabbed the man's ponytail and then she left the room and the man got a gun and went to shoot her, no one would be defending the man. No one. And not that the man should be defended. The woman shouldn't be defended either. But I'm just so sick of it. Everyone's sick of it. Oh, at least all the men are sick of it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching.